Hello Automators, thanks for tuning in again. I'm going to save you 10 minutes today through a 10-minute video because on average people are spending 20 to 25 minutes looking through news at topics they love. Now, what we're obviously talking about today is the Google Home and all Google Assistant enabled devices. So let's get into the latest updates, the newest features, everything that you want to know about these devices. The first thing to talk about is the newest application coming out from Google, their newest Google Home application that works with all of these devices. Now this is called version 2.8. You can go and if you have an Android device, you could download an APK early and you could go ahead and see what's going on here. There are basically 3 new buttons at the top of the Google home screen, and those are the camera, your thermostat, and routine. So we're seeing the growth of those buttons, and that should lead us, this is my take on it, this should lead us to additional interface changes when it comes to routines, because I think right now routines is just a list and really it's not that helpful or intuitive for us. So I think we're going to see that routines interface change next. But what we're clearly seeing with this is a focus on those other smart home components there and quick ability to, manipulate them, change them, what have you. We're also seeing deeper integration with Nest. So whenever you go into those devices there, you go into the thermostat screen, you will see the Nest icon up in the top right corner right next to your settings screen. One of the features we talked about a few weeks ago here on the channel was the broadcast feature being capable of you being outside the house, using your Google Assistant on your phone to broadcast to your home, and then having the individual at home respond. Well, if you're in the US, the UK, you have those languages as your first language, and your device has received the update, and it's always a rolling update, so you may not have it just yet, but right now, today, someone can actually reply to your broadcast and you will receive that audio and transcription on your phone after you've sent that broadcast and received that back. So let me actually show you how that works. Broadcast.
What's the message?
Hello, how are you?
Got it. Broadcast.
Hello, how are you?
Sure, what's the message?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Got it. Sending now.
I'm doing just fine, thank you. I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago we talked about basically a business relationship between Google and a company called DeepMind. And what DeepMind has done actually is they've provided the foundation that Google can go out now and create accents. So what you're going to see in the newest Google Home application, that 2.8 that we just talked about, is the ability to choose a couple of accents, an Australian or a British accent. And this is different than simply changing the language. Now, what's interesting about this is you need the accent yourself for the Google Home to be able to understand what you're saying. So you can't change the accent and then not have that same sort of accent for yourself, or Google Home could struggle to understand what you're saying. Now, that doesn't mean you can't try it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to listen to. We've seen tons of features coming out for the Google Home Hub. We saw that cookbook capability come out here, but we didn't always hear about it coming to the smart displays, the other ones coming out from companies like Lenovo. Well, Lenovo has fought back and they have a number of updates here. So the first thing is that cookbook feature. You're going to be able to save recipes to that cookbook. You also have a number of photo actions, so you can favorite, share, and remove photos. We've seen that capability here demoed in the past on your Google Home Hub. up the multiple remote control tiles capability, dismissible home tiles so you can actually get rid of those. The last thing is the heat and cool thermostat. That capability is all dropping to the Lenovo Smart Display here right away. Now we've seen the shift over time here with Google News, and we know that that service is really being focused on right now by Google for all of these devices. Now what they've gone ahead and said here, what they've done is they've started to prioritize basically news briefs, so short sound bites, really quick, just little pieces for you to understand a topic, and they're prioritizing those over the longer news briefs. And what I'll guarantee you here is they've paid attention to statistics and basically people's attention spans, let's be honest, and people are just basically going away from the news reports. I find myself tuning out after about 30 seconds myself if it's not switching to something else. So that's what Google is prioritizing. So they're naturally, if you just ask for the news, going to give those small sound bites priority. Now, I don't know how to say this smart jacket name, so I'm just going to butcher it, and then you guys can make fun of me in the comments. That's just fine. But the Jacquard, it's a Levi's smart jacket, basically, that has the ability to actually notify you. And what they basically have done here between Google and the Google Assistant and Levi's is they've created a device that knows if your phone has moved away from your jacket. So if you're leaving your phone somewhere, or you've walked away and you've forgotten your phone, it's going to notify you not only on the phone and buzz at you, but on the jacket you're actually going to see a notification. Now we talked a little earlier about the integration of the Nest, getting kind of deeper integration in the Google Home application, and we've seen that coming for a while, ever since the Nest's previous CEO was removed there basically, and that was a stated reason they wanted to have deeper Nest integration. But what we haven't talked about here is the problems Nest is having right now with their online servers, their service. So the Nest service has actually gone down 3 times in the past month now. They've managed to keep it going here for about a week, but obviously that kind of level of service is not enough. No word on quite what's up, what's happening with the Nest service, but that's what's been going on lately. Now the last thing to talk about here in terms of brand new news and features, well, the Chromecast, for those of you who care, it is being sold on Amazon finally again. They finally stocked the Chromecast again after years of battle with Google on that note. So that's all we have here in terms of news. But in terms of the channel, there's a lot going on that I want to make sure you know about. Now, clearly, you're looking at a different shirt here that I'm wearing. We're selling these through Teespring, which is something basically that Google has partnered with, and Teespring has allowed us to put up our logos and sell you guys our products. Now, what I'll actually tell you about this shirt is it's a pretty good quality. It's a Hanes shirt. I was surprised again. I got a mug, I got some stickers, I got some other, I got the case here for my phone. And, I've been surprised each time with how good the quality prints are. So I think in the future, we're going to use the service more, and we're going to upload other designs and give you guys some different things than just the company logo here. But ultimately, if you want to support the channel, here's another way. The link is down below to our Teespring store. The other thing I want to remind you guys about, if you haven't already, make sure you enter into our contest. We have the Soma Smart Home Blinds that are being given away. I mean, that's a $230 US plus package that we're giving away as first prize. And there's also one of these Aqua Google Home Minis and an Amazon Echo Dot 3rd generation, the Sandstone there. So those are a couple things going on the channel. What you're also seeing are these massive setup, complete setup videos that I've been creating, and they are taking a lot of time. So you know what, guys, these are long videos. Please go share them with your friends, with your family, as they get those new products on Christmas morning. You're going to want them to have a reference, and they're intended to be a really good reference. So I hope they're working for a lot of people, and I also hope these news updates will continue to work in 2019 as we go. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.